high-stakes debate just wrapped up in Las Vegas, days before the next contest in campaign 2020.
The Democratic presidential candidate spent the evening taking aim at a newcomer. Former New York City Mayor Mike Bloomberg made his debut on the debate stage tonight. Pat Kessler has all the highlights for us, and he joins us right now. It was certainly very fiery.
Yeah, what a night. 5 of the 6 Democrats turned their fire tonight on billionaire businessman Michael Bloomberg, but he got in the first punch. In the very first minute, he said, if Senator Bernie Sanders is the Democratic candidate, it's over. And then it was a free-for-all.
If he goes and is the candidate, we will have Donald Trump for another 4 years, and we can't stand that.
I'd like to talk about who we're running against. A billionaire who calls women fat broads and horse-faced lesbians. And no, I'm not talking about Donald Trump. I'm talking about Mayor Bloomberg.
I don't think you look at Donald Trump and say, we need someone richer in the White House.
I'm spending that money to get rid of Donald Trump, the worst president we have ever had. And if I can get that done, it will be a great contribution to America and to my kids.
Well, a raucous, edgy, sometimes tense debate exposing divisions in the Democratic Party over wealth, Bloomberg's billions. This exchange over Sanders' plan to give workers a 20% ownership in large American companies.
You know what, Mr. Bloomberg, it wasn't you who made all that money. Maybe your workers played some role in that as well. And it is important that those workers are able to share the benefits also.
Mayor Bloomberg, you own a large company. Would you support what Senator Sanders is proposing?
Absolutely not. I can't think of ways that would make it easier for Donald Trump to get reelected than listening to this conversation. It's ridiculous. We're not going to throw out capitalism. We tried that. Other countries tried that. It was called communism, and it just didn't work.
Well, Bloomberg tonight apologized for the stop and frisk policies when he was New York mayor. He parachuted into tonight's event for the first time on stage with the other candidates, and it seemed to show that this Democratic field is still very unsettled. We're early on, but man, that was a food fight.
Yeah, definitely. Another interesting moment, because there are many. One of those involved Minnesota Senator Amy Klobuchar.
Yeah, that's right. A tense moment from Senator Klobuchar, who last week forgot the name of Mexico President Obrador. She was visibly angry when former Mayor Pete Buttigieg appeared to taunt her about it.
I don't think that momentary forgetfulness actually reflects what I know about Mexico and how much I care about it.
You're literally in part of the committee that's overseeing these things, and we're not able to speak to literally the first thing about the politics of the country to ourselves.
Are you trying to say that I'm dumb, or are you mocking me here, Pete?
I'm saying that you shouldn't trivialize that
I made an
knowledge.
error. People sometimes forget names.
Well, tonight's debate is just ahead of the Nevada caucuses, then the South Carolina primary, and suddenly it will be Super Tuesday, March 3rd, including Minnesota's first presidential primary in decades. So if tonight is any indication, this is only going to get more heated for the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, and it was heated tonight.
It really was.
So can't imagine. All right. Thank you, Pat.
You bet.